Last month was a huge milestone for Future Wrestling Observer. It was our 1 year anniversary. Yes, that's right, 1 year down and many more to go. But I bet you're asking, well, why didn't you do a 1 year anniversary? Well, I got sick once I got back from the show that I went to for the 1 year anniversary. So I wasn't able to film it because I wanted to be at my 100%. I'm still not 100%. I'm about 98%. Still have a little bit of a sore throat, but I felt like I needed to get it out there because 1 year anniversary, that's just such a huge milestone, and I didn't want to delay it any longer. But you're asking where I went for the 1 year anniversary of FWO. You'll have to see when the show starts. Welcome, wrestling fans, to Future Wrestling Observer. I'm the original Outlaw, Chris Helix. Where did I go for the 1 year anniversary? I went to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, to Elite Canadian Championship Wrestling. Was it elite, or did it fall flat on its face like WWE's PG era? Who knows? I bet you'll find out on this episode. To kick off this August 23rd, 2014 event for ECCW, we have Ethan HD, yes, the American Gun Ethan HD, versus Tony Baroni. And, well, I was rooting for the American, but I got to give it up to Tony Baroni. He ends up picking up the win, and, you know, it was a clean victory. Nothing else to say, you know. At least he didn't cheat his way to his victory, but like I said, Tony Baroni won. I might butcher this next name. It was Alexis versus Mantasia. Now this guy was a riot. Mantasia, he was funny. I was hoping he would win just because he was coming out and he was doing like these party boys scissor cut maneuver. It was hilarious. Got all of us laughing. We were all out of our seats jumping around, doing the dance with him. It was just a great time. It was ECCW was definitely showing up some of the state shows I've been to here. Not going to mention any names, but I think the states need to pick it up to keep up what's going on with what's going on in the north. But it was Alexis Plexus, this like Slenderman, like pasty white, like, I mean, he could have stand against this wall and you would think he would blend in, but this wall's too dark of a white for him to blend in with. I mean, he's whiter than the whitest white you have ever seen. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's how he won. Maybe the light shined on his skin and he like blinded Mantasia, and Mantasia's like, oh no! But anyway, Alexis Plexus ends up picking up the win. We had tag team title action. We had the Bollywood Boys, the tag team champions, versus DTA. Now, Bollywood did very well in this match, but then, well, the referee gets distracted, low blow happens, and DTA ends up picking up the win to steal the tag team titles from the Bollywood Boys. Now, this is, of course, my first time seeing everybody that was here. Well, of course not Ethan HD and Mike Santiago, you know, the people that wrestle in the Northwest. Of course, I've seen them several times, but it was my first time seeing anybody that wrestles at ECCW, and I gotta say, the Bollywood Boys, man, those guys are awesome, and they just brought the whole crowd up on their feet. Like, that was probably some of the loudest cheering I heard all night, and hell, that I've heard at most events I've been to, and I've been to quite a few events. I've been to DOA, WCWC, ECCW, and of course now ECCW. I try to go around all these independent shows to see which one has the best fans and the best wrestling, and by far ECCW is living up to the name Elite in its name. But like I said, the Bollywood Boys end up losing the tag team titles after a DTA member did a low blow. I couldn't tell you who it was because, like I said, it was my first time. But I'm gonna start watching their matches online. Hopefully, doing more reviews of their events after watching the matches online. But yeah, DTA, the new tag team champions in CCW. Mike Santiago took on Blanco, and what seemed to be a match that nobody was really into. I don't think I've seen a single person get out of their seat maybe to take a piss. I don't know, but no offense. I mean, Mike Santiago, I have no idea who Blanco Bandit is. Mike Santiago is a great wrestler, but it's hard for a match to, for me, I'm guessing for the crowd too, I feel like, well, there's not really a build to it, and who the hell is Blanco Bandit? Like, I'm not sure if that was his debut or not, but that's what I was kind of getting from the crowd, and nobody really seemed to be into it, and I don't think Mike was on par with what he usually can do. I mean, there's a reason they call him the heat-seeking Puerto Rican here in the States. I mean, but I didn't see any of that heat-seeking from him, and I was kind of disappointed, but he did end up picking up the win with a submission, if I remember correctly. That might be wrong. Sorry if I got that wrong, but yeah, Mike Santiago ends up picking up the win against Blanco. We have one of the most odd matches I've ever heard of coming up next. For the 5th match at this ECCW event, we had House of Hell, I believe was their name, versus Scotty Mac, Mr. Size Matters, Jack Cunningham? Yeah, Jack Cunningham, and Andy Bird. This match is called a Devil's Advocate match, which means basically there's a team captain on each side of this 6-man tag team match, and the only way to win, so of course there's no rules, the only way to win is to get the team captain of your opponent's team to submit his soul to the devil, I believe is what I heard. So this was kind of just like, I don't know, I guess that's what you expect when there's a tag team called House of Hell in there. But Scotty Mac ends up picking up the win. He made the other the other team captain submit. I'm not sure what the guy's name was, but I gotta say this was a very, very entertaining match, and I would love to see more like off-the-wall crazy matches like this in the States. I feel like I'm going to have to go up to ECCW a lot more to see those matches that just throw you off as a wrestling fan and you go, what? What the fuck was that? But yeah, Scotty Mac ends up picking up the win for the good side. It's just one entertaining match after another. You had Mr. Kick Him in the Dick, Kenny Lush versus Pete Powers. Now this match was pretty funny, and there was some solid wrestling in it, and of course everybody's chanting "Kick him in the dick" because they want Kenny Lush to kick Pete Powers in the dick. But because I guess that's what Kenny Lush does. I've seen him wrestle. I think I've seen him wrestle at DOA. I want to say something like that. Yeah, it was a pretty entertaining match, and like I said, just one entertaining match after another. And then there was some girl who a few people next to me were calling hookers, I don't know, but hooker that came out with Pete Powers that she like threw some like powder in her hands that smelled gross, by the way, and it ended up hitting Pete Powers instead of Kenny Lush. And then of course Kenny Lush picks up the win and then makes out with this hooker that threw the powder, or powder hooker I guess you can call her. And I don't remember. I think we got a scene kick someone in the dick, but all I gotta say is that was a great match, and Kenny Lush ends up picking up the win. Now we have the match that everybody was waiting for. It was a historic moment. We had Nicole Matthews versus Bishop. Bishop, the reigning ECCW champion, taking on Nicole Matthews. And you say, well, why would this be a historic moment for ECCW? ECCW decided, fuck it, let's do what they used to do. Let's have men versus women. Yeah, that's right. Let's do something that a little Philadelphia company used to do called Extreme Championship Wrestling before the big man bought him out. Anyway, Nicole Matthews ended up picking up the win. It was crazy. Like, there was a few times there that I just didn't think she was going to win. Of course, I really wanted her to win because, you know, she's the women's champion right now in ECCW. If she got the heavyweight title or whatever, the main title, it would just be like, it would blow everybody's mind, like, holy crap. But she did. She ends up picking up the win. It was Ravenous Randy ended up coming out and spitting some green mist Tajiri style into Bishop's face because the fat man that was with Bishop, I think they called him the Natural Hamburger Boy. I don't know. I guess he eats all natural hamburgers and people are throwing hamburgers at him and shit. It's pretty funny. I think at one point he might have had too many and broke his straps. But yeah, the Bishop loses his title after a little green mist Tajiri style, like I said, and Nicole Matthews becomes the first ever ECCW champion that's a female, and I'm fucking excited about it. The whole crowd goes fucking insane. Like, there's not a single person when that bell rang that wasn't that was sitting down. Besides, yeah, I mean, nobody was sitting down. I don't even think anybody in the back was sitting down. Everybody was standing up cheering. The whole place went wild. You could probably hear us like for blocks. I don't know. I mean, it was freaking crazy, and it was just, I don't know, it was so real, man. And Nicole Matthews looked like she shed a tear. It might have been sweat, who knows, because she was sweating like a motherfucking dog out there. And she definitely proved to everyone that was a doubter of her that she deserves that ECCW title. And I definitely will be backing her on her future ECCW title defenses, because that was just one of the craziest and most awesome things I've ever witnessed at a independent event. So you probably realized that I'm not doing my normal thing where I rate every single match. Well, it's because it's been so long, I can't remember all the basic statistics and everything that I actually have thought of, because, you know, and then I also lost a piece of paper that I wrote some of the stuff down on, so it was hard for me, but I decided, to hell with rating every match. All people really care about, how was the entire event, because that's what really matters. I gotta say, I'm surprised. I never thought I would give this rating. I give it a perfect 5-star rating. That's right, I had to go out of the States all the way to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, to Elite Canadian Championship Wrestling to finally get a 5-star match. And it was at the August 23rd, 2014 edition. Look it up. I'm sure they've got, I don't know their YouTube right now, but I'm sure they've got the videos on there. I know my friend's got some videos that he filmed on there of the event, and I'm sure you'll be thoroughly entertained. Sometimes everything doesn't come to doesn't, I don't know, doesn't have the essence it did at the event that it on video. So, I mean, if you really want to see and experience what I was feeling and experiencing when I was there, you have to come to Elite Canadian Championship Wrestling in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And trust me, I took I took buses and trains up there, 12-hour journey, and I was like, you know, I was really, really rating them hard, because after a 12-hour journey, if it's shit, it's shit, you know. And you're gonna be rating stuff a little bit harder after 12 hours of, you know, having to deal with crazy people who think that Salem is on the coast. You know, Salem, Oregon is on the coast. Crazy shit. Anyway, that does it for this episode of Future Wrestling Observer. I'm the original outlaw, Chris Helix. Don't forget to subscribe to Heavy Glow Studios, like the Facebook page, like Future Wrestling Observer's Facebook page, and I am tapping out.